Before we go into that, ladies, if you could just describe a little bit more about how learning intentions became your area of interest and focus in education. And we'll
Well,
go with Maureen and then Sandy.
thank you. So it actually starts back with Sandy. Sandy was my principal when I was a teacher in Southern California, and Sandy was a great administrator. She really created this positive school culture and motivated teachers, which in turn motivated the students at the school. And I learned a lot about learning intentions and success criteria with Sandy's leadership. So I was also on the leadership team, and a lot of the things that we learned about on leadership, we would take into our own classrooms. So we would read and learn and understand and then try out the things with our students. And when I first started developing learning intentions and thinking about how I could infuse it into my classroom, I learned so much from the interaction with my students, and I saw the growth that they had by being really intentional about what I wanted my students to learn. My planning became better. The interactions and collaboration with my teammates on my grade level team was a lot stronger. And it just developed this cohesiveness that really created just so much more achievement and engagement with my students. So that's where it started a while back. And then it just took off from there. I loved learning about it. I loved applying what I was learning and then seeing the success in my classroom.
Love it, Maureen. Sandy, how about you?
Well, absolutely. So as a school leader, we have the opportunity to walk into classrooms all across the school campus. And early on in my career as a school site administrator, I realized that there was a stark difference in some classrooms on my campus. And that difference really had to do with whether or not the students could tell me and articulate what they needed to be able to know and do at the end of a lesson, and what quality work looked like, or what it looked like when they met that goal, that benchmark, that mission that they had. And I realized that what it really came down to was how clear was the teacher in articulating at the beginning of the lesson her intention for student learning. And it was through that I realized that the more that I could emphasize that with my own teachers, and it's backed up by Marzano's research, and it's backed up by Hattie's research, and that's backed up by brain research. Everything that we know about education supports this idea that by beginning with a clear intention for learning and reiterating that at the end of the lesson, we can increase student retention by up to 30%. And that is low-hanging fruit. That's an easy thing to do. So why not make sure that we do that and do that well?